This episode will feature the two command posts in the area where Lieutenant Colonel Puller earned his 3rd Navy Cross for leading his battalion in the October defense of Henderson Field against 2 Japanese regiments.
I received a lot of interest on my John Basilone episode where he earned the Medal of Honor during the October battle for Henderson Field. But I think a lot of people who know about the Basilone episode tend to forget that one of the most famous Marines of all time, Lewis Chesty Puller, the battalion commander of 17, earned his 3rd Navy Cross. He later went on to earn 5 Navy Cross, the most of any Marine of all time. But he earned his 3rd Navy Cross during the same engagement as battalion commander. So the area I'm in now is roughly the site where he had his first command post. Now, if you know anything about Puller, he probably wouldn't have stayed in his command post the whole time. But apparently that night he remained in his command post, directing the battle from inside a bunker. And normally Puller led from the front and he was moving around quite a bit. Now the next day, 17 consolidated their lines when the Army of the 3rd Battalion of the 164th took over. And they consolidated their lines, and 17 went up on the ridges of Bloody Ridge. And I've got roughly where I think that command post was. Puller had on the 2nd night. I'm pretty sure I know the exact location. And I filmed that in this episode also. But you can see it's very thick in here. There's bunkers all around. So somewhere I think within a 100-meter radius was Puller's command bunker. I wish I exactly knew, but there's no overlays or no maps that I know exist of it. I mean, there's a hole directly in front of me. That could have been Puller's hole, who knows? But it's directly in here somewhere. So Puller was operating out of here, and his actions that night and the preceding day earned him his 3rd Navy Cross. So I plan to do a later episode on Puller, showing the site at Coley Point or the Battle of Gavalva Creek, where he was actually wounded in action. And I don't think hardly anyone's ever went to that spot, and I've narrowed it down to 100 meters. So that's a planned episode, which I'm actually looking forward to doing probably in the next couple of months. So make sure you subscribe so you can not miss that episode. Last March, from April, I was here in the locals that did a large burn, trying to, I guess, get more land to put the little gardens in. It's grown back now, but the burn happened directly in front of us. I've got some pictures I'll post up of what it looked like. Well, I was told by some that this place hadn't been cleared since the Army and the Marines left, 1945. So when the burn happened, it exposed a lot of bunker holes, a lot of evidence of this was a major command post. Now, reading accounts of the battle with Lieutenant Colonel Chesty Puller, he was actually on the ridge in the middle of his unit. So his unit, that's Bloody Ridge in front of us in far distance. So his unit was coming from the Lunga River straight down this ridge all the way to Coffin Corner, which is like 2,500 yards. So he was directly in the middle. He sat on the ridge, on the back slope of the ridge. Initially his command post was further to Coffin Corner, then the 2nd night he moved in this area here. And then the 7th Marines used to rotate through this area before the Battle of October and after, from 1 to 2, 3 weeks at a time. Then they'd rotate and fight in other sectors of the campaign or just cover the other areas for rest. I've got a couple of photos that I received recently, and I've never seen them before of Puller. And I believe the location of those photos is right here. So the photo of the slope with the tents, I think is straight down this little spur here. And down in the hole, it was a lot better when it was clear. There's a nice little hollow or defilade position in down there, nice and flat. A lot of evidence of activity, so I believe those pictures of Puller sitting in his white shorts bare chested with his canvas belt on, or his pistol belt, eating food on a bench, is right down in that hole there. Here's some good examples when the locals clear their gardens. You can see how the foxholes pop up. This is reverse slope of the eastern slope of Bloody Ridge. You can clearly see that one. See that hole there? That was all thick jungle, like almost like it was then during the battle. The ridges were open. So look across, I don't know if you can peek them out yet. You'll see another foxhole. That's a good one there. So walk along, reverse slope foxhole, another reverse slope foxhole or a bunker hole. So if you, once they cleared, you just follow straight down the reverse slope. You can just pick them out. There's another one here. Then the forward slope, just walk up. Would have trench system, 4-foot trench system with bunkers. And oh, there's a trench here. Guess if I'm in the trench now, as I get down to ground level, in person they really stick out. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I'm walking down a trench system. It looks like a bunker in front of me. It follows straight down through there. Nice military crest. Let's see if you can see it there. So the trench system follows straight in front of me. The bunker to the top of the slope right there. In one of the previous episodes I talked about Briggs Outpost. So I'm standing on the Marine front lines now. If you look straight across that barren hill, that's Briggs Outpost, which is roughly about 1,500 yards in front of the lines. So pan to the right. Just looking straight up the line. That roundhouse or Neeson hut, by the way, is from the New Zealand camp, which was later occupied by the New Zealand Land Force. So that's hill number 1 in front of us. Yeah, I just noticed something walking along this marine line. I've been walking across this a number of times. I knew it was a depression. I knew it was most likely a marine bunker. It's another reverse slope. I started doing a closer look, and I'm thinking that's a headlog. So that's the entrance. So the Marines actually dug into the bank there. There's a headlog that's left. I had a good look. You can see where they've laid it across, and both ends have been cut for the saw. So this was the headlog, and the bunker was cut out like this. So walk back here. You can get a good look at it in the mine. Yeah, almost like a mine or a tunnel entrance. So just picture that's the top of the entrance. The Marines probably had it cut out, a few meters in. And he had his tarp over it and actually slipping there. All this time we've been walking over it and never noticed. Amazing. This is the area I was in a few weeks ago when I was walking and found a lot of relics on top of the ground. I said I fell in a hole, and this is the hole I fell in. But you can really see, this is a good example. So that's the area where I was fossicking around, I guess, a few weeks ago. And you'll see the locals already started some gardens in there already. This was high grass when I filmed it, so they've burnt this area. So you can clearly see the Marine bunker there. There was a field of fire straight down the hill. And then if you look straight up this way, you can clearly see the trench line the Marines are in. So I'll step down in this bunker and I'll walk up this trench. This trench is about 4 foot deep, and we should see another bunker very soon Yeah, this looks like a bunker. It's quite large, round shape. Bunker there. Then if we walk, I'm in the bunker here. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one's another bunker, 6 meters away. You can see it's fairly well preserved. Then that went straight down, so I'd say another bunker's in that grass there. Trench line, then bunker system. Here's the field of fire. Let's take another look at it straight down. There's the bunker line with the trenches. Well preserved.